Greetings, my disciples. I come before you on this morning with premonition. I awoke from a dream. You see, I was having a very difficult time sleeping. I was just tossing and turning and filled with these visions of destitution and decay and violence. And I've come before this camera this morning to speak to you on these things, to warn you, my followers, my subscribers on YouTube, of what is coming. And perhaps if there's anything that we can do to prepare for what is coming. Now, this isn't another one of those, go buy a fucking ditch and 1,000 seeds and, learn how to live outside videos. But this is get right with God, cross your T's, dot your I's, and, hold on to your ass for dear life videos. Because I don't know if you've been paying attention. I don't know if you've been following what's been happening in Canada, especially UK. But we're really starting to lose control of our society, of our civilization, the aspects of our society that are civilized. And we're entering a real twilight zone, okay, where everything just feels weird. Things are off. Things are where they shouldn't be. People are where they don't belong. People are angry. They're making threats. They're following people. People are getting stabbed. They're getting shot. They're getting fucking stalked. And really, nobody's safe. But you can't give in to these damn demons, because that's what's going on. That's what this is. This is an invasion. This is hell invading us, okay? And the worst thing you can do when you're being invaded by legions of hellions, these spiritual conquistadors that come from hell to possess our people and make them do evil things and behave in evil ways. You can't let them think that they have power, because they don't. And the more they think they have control, the stronger their illusion becomes. These people that they're angry, they blame their problems on the world. They're looking for an external solution to an internal problem. And they don't care how many eggs they have to break to get to that. Because in their mind, everything else has to be broken to conform to their worldview so that they can become whole, okay? These people that have been possessed by these forces of evil, whether it be these leftists, these liberals that want to call people Nazis and hunt people and wear masks themselves. They often look like Al-Qaeda terrorists. Or whether it's these people on the right wing that, actually call themselves Nazis. Or, say slavery was a good thing and this and that. Or says that we have to deport, every fucking person that can't sing the, Blues Clues, theme song. I don't fucking know, okay? But there's this anger, there's this tension, and it's a violent feeling, and it's an aggressive feeling, and it's rising. And it's the type of thing that will destroy everything in its path. All types of order, any types of business, any types of enterprise that we have going on, these beautiful systems we've created that provide jobs, that provide, products and resources and food. All of that will be crushed in the wake of this angry hellstorm, okay? All of that. And it already has been. Look at the housing market. Look what the Bank of Canada is doing, to the interest rates. Look what they're doing with the printing of the money at the Bank of Canada. They've already given up. These people have already let go. The people that are supposed to be in control of this country, they've dropped the ball. And if you can't see that now, I feel bad for you, because I can't sit here and scream statistics at you for an hour. There's plenty of guys that'll do that. Okay? You can go and look at the numbers. And I don't even know if we can prepare for what's coming. I think it's going to hit us, and there's going to be nothing we can do. And we're going to be like sitting ducks, and we're going to be scrambling, running to and fro, looking for anything, trying to survive, running from others who want to take from us, chasing others who we want to take from. No police, not enough food, no judges to come around and say, oh, that wasn't right, when somebody beheads your wife and your children. That's what I think of. That's what I see every single night when I go to sleep. I see a lawless wasteland. And it's not like I'm in Africa in the dream. It's not like I'm in fucking Egypt. It's my home city I see. It's Toronto. It's St. John, New Brunswick. It's Edmonton, Alberta. I see apocalypse. Okay? And I don't see God striking us down with hellfire. I see people running rampant on this earth like thugs and criminals, raping and stealing whatever they can. And nobody will be able to stop them. Unless maybe there's something we can do before it gets to that point. Is there a type of organization we can found? Is there a symbol, a sign, a way that those of us with clarity in mind can communicate? We can establish protective alliances. People who believe in truth, people who believe in the difficult to swallow truth, against those that would bludgeon us. And these governments, these Mark Carneys, these Jagmeet Singhs, these Justin Trudeaus, these Pierre Poilievres, they don't give a shit about us. They're not planning for that. They don't even see that outcome. They don't see people starving, okay? These people come from rich families. They've had money their entire lives. They've always had enough, okay? These people that are 30, 40 years old that remember a world before a global recession, that had a chance before they got out of high school to, get a real job. There wasn't a pandemic locking everyone down, forcing them to wear masks. They can't see it coming. But more and more I meet people like myself who can see it for what it is. There's not many of us, but we can see it, and we're fucking terrified. And I feel like I'm reaching the end of my rope here. I feel like I'm climbing the shit rope, as they say in New Brunswick. As I would quote Jim Leahy from the Trailer Park Boys saying, we're climbing the shit rope. And the problem with climbing the shit rope is the more you climb, the more you slide back down because of the shit. Because you see, Randy, there ain't gonna be no cheeseburgers, you filthy mustard tigers. There ain't gonna be no trailer parks. There's going to be people hiding in the woods, waiting for you to pass by and then attacking you like some shit out of Fallout or fucking, the apocalypse. And these people are not reasonable. These people arguing in Parliament, the discussions they're having in Parliament, these adults who we pay all of our money to, they can't think properly. They can't talk properly. They can barely... It's a miracle that they can actually stand and express themselves. It's good that our system works in such a way that we can deliver nutrients to these people so that they can function at all. But it's going to get to a point where that lack of change, that solid tumor of indecision and apathy is going to grow so solid and so large in the vertices of our government that there will be no central command, there will be no central communication. There will be large swaths of destitution, joblessness. If the government stops sending transfers, if the internet goes down, that's it. And we got all these new people here who've, they don't even know what this country is. They just showed up here one day and they've got no fucking idea what's going on. They think everything's as normal. They think business as usual. If you just came from Pakistan or India or fucking China, you have no idea what's going on in their country. You can't even understand what these people are saying on TV. You think, oh, they're wearing suits, they look nice, and these people are voting too. They are going to leave us in a situation where we have nothing. These people, these politicians, and the anger is going to continue to rise, and people are going to lose their minds. They're going to lash out. They're going to attack each other. And there won't be a system in place to protect us. So we have to acknowledge this. We have to come to this realization now. We have to look at the numbers. We have to see where fertility lands. If there's any part of this world, part of this market, part of this economy that is fertile, this is where we must uproot and go to. Because this is survival of the fittest. You're not going to own a home. You're not going to be able to feed your family. You're not going to be able to protect yourselves. And you're not going to have a government to do it for you. And if you do, for some reason, have a government that's still able to function, it's not going to be like it is now. It's going to be soldiers. It's going to be guns. And it's going to be bullet-based democracy. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I just sit here and I wait and I look at the news. I think about going into the trades. I'm going to become a trades person. Because if the whole world goes to shit, they're still going to need people to build things, right? They're still going to need people to do the fucking air conditioning on the warlord's, on the war chief's tent, right? He's going to want an AC unit. And maybe he will spare your life. If you know what a spark plug is. I don't even know if fucking HVAC technicians use spark plugs. But I'm not that kind of guy. I thought I was going to be like a business student. I thought I was going to be like a comedian. And now I'm just looking around me and I see everything going to absolute shit. Like total fucking shit. Like even the States is trying to pull through. They're having a hard time, man. Their economy's having a hard time. Britain's they're about to fucking fully collapse. They got these mobs of people running around, illegally policing the native population. And we could have the same thing here. You got these Antifa people with the black masks walking around, attacking people for difference of their opinion. I remember when I was at the Christie Pitts Park protest and I just walked through. I was just walking through the park. And because I was a white guy with blonde hair, because I look the way I do, I'm somehow a racist. I'm a Nazi just because of how I look, because I'm white, because I have blonde hair, because I have blue eyes, because I'm not a schlubby, pimply, fucking masked freak. Okay? And I was followed. They had like agents. They had people undercover. I imagine this is what the fucking Bolsheviks were like during the communist uprising in Russia. I imagine this is what the Nazis were like during Hitler's speeches. These people call people fascists and they attack them. When they're the fascists, they are the Nazis. They are the oppressors. They are the ones using physical violence to oppress people. And their justifications are these corrupt politicians and their corrupt actions. But two rights two wrongs don't make a right. Okay, fire and fire, you just get a bigger fire. And on the right wing side, they're starting to lose screws too. They're starting to get a little loose with it. They're starting to turn on their people and see them as the enemy for not conforming to these extremist ideas. So it's really on both sides. And soon enough, normal people who believe in reason, who believe in cooler heads prevailing, are going to be treated like outsiders. We're going to be treated like thought criminals because we don't conform to, whether it be the leftists or the right wing who wants their fucking utopia. And we're going to be surrounded on all sides, and we can't give in to these people because they're not people. They're possessed with evil. And you need to stare them down, you need to look them in the eye, and you need to tell them to stand down. And you might have to put your life on the line at some point. I don't see a future where we don't have to fight for our freedom at this point. I do not see a future where we do not have to put our lives on the line to have freedom again. That time is gone. The 2000s, the 90s, it's over. And there wasn't proper maintenance done to the system. There wasn't proper checks and balances. There wasn't enough policing of the politicians. Oftentimes, the politicians and police themselves work together. The police are now refusing to investigate the SNC-Lavalin scandal further. Now that Trudeau is no longer in office, these crimes against our society are not being held into account. And we are heading further towards disintegration. And the black night is coming. So, if you have a fire inside of you, I suggest you kindle it and keep some fuel nearby to relight the flame. Because there will come a time where it is all you have is the flame inside your heart and the flame in your brother's heart. And all you will be able to do is stand together as one and fight. And when that time comes, we must be ready. We must deliver justice in the name of God. By all means, by any means. Well, not by any means. Because the ends do not justify the means. They don't. And if we can't look at ourselves, if we can't write down our history because we're so ashamed, if we can't uphold our institutions because we no longer believe in them, we won't have an America, we won't have Canada, we won't have Britain, we won't have Australia, we won't have any more white countries creating these beautiful inventions, sending rockets to the Mars, going to the moon, creating robots that do everything for us, unlimited food, video games that you can play for days on end, homes that you can get on one man's salary and raise an entire family, so that they can grow up and respect you and love you, so that you can have a family, so you can have a community, so you can share the love of God with your loved ones. That's all on the line, and that's what we're fighting for. So remember that. I said it before, and I'll say it again. We're in the end game. But who knows? Maybe there's a new game about to start. And we need to see it through. We cannot let these people bully us. We cannot let them push us. We must have ultimate resolve. We must place our faith in God and Christ and go forth. Light ourselves aflame and go forth and fear nothing. These people are not worthy of our fear. They're despicable. They're weak. They're apathetic. Their ideals are brittle. They will shatter under the application of pressure. They will shatter. And we will show them force. These things cannot be allowed to continue as they are. Might not be me, might not be my son, might not be my son's son, but someday we will rise above this and my people will crush this opposition and we will found a future rooted in heaven, rooted in God, in faith, in Christianity, in finding truth. And with that, I really got nothing else to say. I hope you are well. I hope you are guarding your strength and building your strength. And I hope you are persevering in these trying times and continuing to look at the guy next to you, your brother, and seeing your brother and uplifting each other where you can and how you can. Because that's how we're going to win this thing. That's how we're going to defeat this evil. Together as one. Thank you. That is all.